Hoo-hoo, welcome, and let's go. Lady gets police officer to dump my bag. Today, when I was walking home from school with my friend Joe to his house, we encountered this maybe 11 years old kid. He came up to us, called us both ugly, and ran off. No problem, just a little poop being a little poop. Not really a problem. He comes back around another time with another insult. Now I was starting to get annoyed. For another time, he comes around to insult us again, and me and Joe are fed up. So Joe grabs his backpack, which stops the kid. Joe then tells him not to insult him or me or anyone else. Then the kid scurries off to Mama Bear. About 10 minutes later, me and my friend are kinda lost, and we start walking back to the school. On our way, we come across a lady who walks up and yells, "Did you put your hands on my son?" I shake my head and Joe says no. But I say I did tell the kid to stop being a jerk. The mom then says, "Well, what you did was bullying." We literally wouldn't have stopped him if he didn't come around to insult us. She then asks if we know what bullying is. Me and Joe say, yes, but what we did was not bullying. She asks for both of our names and our parents' names. Joe says, "You really don't need to know that." Another lady walks up and they both say, "Then we will just take pictures." And they pull out their phones and start taking pictures of me and Joe. A man walks over and asks for our ID. My friend says that we don't have any and he doesn't need ID anyways. The man pulls out a badge and tells us he needs some form of identification. We say we don't have anything like that right now, and he tells us to empty our bags, which at the time I didn't realize he needed probable cause or a warrant. We dump our bags and he walks away. We then put our stuff back into our bags, and the lady tells us we can't walk on the trails anymore, and if they catch us walking on them again, they will call the police. Well, entitled people, what can you say? But if you're wondering who Joe is, it's Joe Mama. My mother is probably going to die alone, and I'm very happy about it. Some backstory. I moved to Texas in 2013 when I was 26 on a whim, because my relationship with my mother was toxic beyond belief. Throughout my time there, I had cut off all communication due to her alcoholism, causing a domino effect in other parts of my life. For example, me having to call off my wedding because she decided to go into a drunken rage a few nights beforehand. Fast forward to December the 23rd of 2020. My dad got COVID, spent 9 days in the hospital, and ultimately passed away on January the 2nd, 2021. His death caused me to literally sell everything I owned, break my lease on my rental house, quit my beloved job, leave all of my friends to move home to New York to help her. Her alcoholism has gotten so out of control, she refuses to work. "I'm 65, I've paid my dues." So she depended on me and my younger sister to help her. I knew damn well where this was going, and I knew what the end result was going to be. She wakes up, and the first thing she does, before she even goes to pee, is make herself a vodka soda. She gets so blackout drunk. By 11 a.m., she's falling on the floor. She's pooped herself multiple times. She face planted right into 2 TVs over the course of a year, while trying to get off the couch. I've been home since March the 27th, 2021, and she's been to detox twice, but she never goes through with it. She just sits on the couch and cries about how she lost her husband. Not to discredit her, but 2 daughters lost their dad, way too early, without any warning. It's the same old song and dance. She charged me $600 a month for a glorified closet with a twin-sized mattress on the floor. Not even a box spring under it. She makes my sister do all the cooking, because she's so drunk by the time the afternoon rolls around, she's usually passed out. Things finally came to a head back in April, when I had a few friends over on a Friday night. We had a fire going out back. I'm in my early 30s, so my rager days are long gone. Just literally 4 friends, Pandora playing on my phone, not even a speaker, and some weed. Very low key in my opinion. Well, not low key enough for her. She stumbles out, slurring and screaming that we need to shut the F up. Turn it down. It's so loud. It was 9 p.m. on a Friday. So I just go numb, while giving my friends the "she's about to morph into a demogorgon, time to leave, save yourself, I volunteer as a tribute" look. As everyone is gathering their things, she gets in my face and slurs, "You were my worst mistake, and I wish you would have died instead of your father." When I tell you, it took every ounce of self-control not to just throw her into that fire pit. So I made it my mission to get the F off. I found a rental house that I have to work 2 jobs to afford, but I am happy as a clam. I felt bad for leaving my sister. We're only 2 years apart and very, very close. I knew it was just going to take a little time before my sister had enough of her leeching. Lo and behold, I became great friends with my neighbor, who has an apartment available. Guess who's moving in? Solo, November the 1st. That's right, my sister. And guess who has to go move to Bumpuck, North Carolina, because her friend is offering her a room to stay in? That's right, the see you next Tuesday herself. I give it 6 months before her friend gets absolutely fed up with her drunken bull poop. I personally don't really care what happens to her. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any parents. I hope she dies a lonely, miserable death. I know my sister and I will be just fine, even better when she's gone for good. I'm so sorry this was so long. I'm sure it seems like I'm rambling. Damn, that felt good to type that all out. And that was just the summarized version. Thank you. My entitled niece begs people for money, but spends it on nails and designer clothes and not food for her daughter. I have an adult niece named Sarah, who is always asking people for money. No joke, she even hit up her grandparents' pastor, who she hasn't seen since she was a child. He offered her a job, and she declined. The issue is, she'll brag about how much money she has and spend it on things like brand name clothes for her 1-year-old daughter and nails, which she gets a new set of every 2 weeks. Yet, in the same breath, she'll ask relatives for food, gas, and money in general. Recently, she started saying she had no food in the fridge and her daughter is hungry. But just yesterday, she posted on Facebook a picture of her at the salon with her daughter getting their nails done. She works 2 jobs and brags about how much money she makes, but is always claiming she's broke. Something is seriously going on. And that something is bad finances, or maybe drugs. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family. See you next time. Bye bye.